What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Levelhead, back with another Live and Level Gamers. As we say every Thursday, podcast. I have my crew, Keith Norris, K-Bum 20. What's good, people? What's up? What's up,
sorry, I was trying to get unmuted. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no,
man.
I'm good, man.
Keith will be showing up here shortly. He's going to be running a little late, so when he get here, I'll plug him in. But this is the show. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you are sharing. What's up, Nia? Early. Well, welcome to the show. So yeah, let everybody know that we on tonight. I want the chat room filled up. Chariot Man, first name basis. All everybody that comes to patronize the show. Well, what's good, man? How's the new house feeling so far?
Man, it's going good so far. I'm getting set up, got everything in. We're done with the previous location, so that's awesome. But still trying to get settled in. I got my TV. I got that installed. Got a brand new 77-inch Samsung. That bad boy is beautiful. Just got a fiber internet.
Hold up,
just got somebody to come through to help set
up.
up.
Okay, Bob. No, no, wait a minute. You're not gonna slip. You're not gonna slip that in. So let's roll that back, because I know what you used to have. So you're gonna have to walk us up. You gotta kind of climb these steps so we can understand what you just said. So you had an OLED LG. So you stepped up.
LG 6.
LG 6. So what's going on here? You got a Samsung. This is different. 70-something inches. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Stepped up a little bit, so I got in the basement. I got a little bigger space than I did beforehand, so I got a chance to upgrade the size of the TV. So I got myself a nice 77-inch S90C Samsung OLED. Actually, it's the new TVs, which has the quantum technology that Samsung put in their QLED TVs. They actually found a way to put it into the OLED TVs. So it has the kind of the best of both worlds. It has the color and the brightness of the QLEDs, but the pure 100% blackness. That's the inky blackness that you get from an OLED. So it's they're kind of the only people doing it right now. I think Sony has it too, as well. But Sony TVs are stupid expensive. No, man, it's good. I'm excited. I can't give you a show once you come through.
Yeah, man, I know how stupid expensive Sony can be, because I bought their Bravio anyway, or Bravero, however you say it. But yeah, man, you have to send me the schematics, so I can look into what type this is, because I'm kind of contemplating. My wife is not with me on it. She's not feeling new nothing right now. But I kind of want to. I got enough space down here. I could probably get up to a 75 inch. I think 80 will be pushing it. But I'm thinking I want to go, because I want the OLED experience. Now I probably can't jump up where you at, but I might be able to jump to a tier below. So yeah, share it with me. Let me see what you're dealing with, man. Because I was looking at them QLEDs, but I do want them true black.
You don't want them.
I know, I want the true black. So, but yeah, let me know what you got. Let me share it with me, man. Let me see. But anyway, this is the shit zone. What's up, Chariot Man? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Chariot Man Gaming. Happy birthday, 42. I heard on the Twitch sphere. Happy birthday to you, bro. Welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about and discuss. hopefully Mr. Norris shows up here. He let me know he's gonna be running late, so I know he's running a little late. But before we get into that, what you been gaming on, I hope he can show up around that time. But yeah, man, I'm excited, bro. I just there's just a lot going on right now, man. What did y'all do to have Phil Spencer and this No Games 24 has now hit Sony, and it seemed like K-Bomb, the virus has went over to Nintendo. I said in the video, y'all, we gotta pray for Nintendo. I saw it coming. That now they're saying that the Switch 2 has possibly been moved over into 2025. Lord, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so, man. We got to see. So anyway, this No Games 2024 is a real pandemic. It's a real virus, y'all. We got to pray. We got to get some vaccination going on out here. But anyway, welcome to the show, man. I got some gaming in, so we're going to talk about that. Y'all kind of see kind of what we're going to be discussing tonight. So we're going to be dealing with the PlayStation 5 Pro. It's rumored to be coming this holiday season. We got to talk about that. We found out what the 4 games that Microsoft is bringing over are. We're going to discuss that. We got to talk about the Nintendo Switch reportedly delayed. We got to discuss that. And we got to talk about this partner showcase from the other day. We got to talk about that too. But anything else? Anything else, K-Bomb?
I noticed kind of a thing that's been going on with Helldivers 2.
Okay.
I know that
Keith
even
talk about that too.
the devs hopped in and told people that they probably should kind of understand that there's server issues and maybe not purchase the game as of yet. Actually, believe they did some kind of patch recently to kind of fix some of the server issues, but it's not a real easy fix. I'm hearing from the devs and other sources.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that too, and I know Keith wants to talk about that as well. So let's get into what you've been gaming on. Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On. Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
1, go!
All right, K-Bum, what have you been gaming on, bro?
So I've been doing a lot of what they say moving. So I really haven't had too much time to game during the day because I kind of took off of work this week to help us get moved and settled in. I know that for a couple of days I didn't get anything because nothing was kind of set up, but now that we're getting a little bit more settled in, I do have a little bit more time to game. So stuff I've been gaming on, I just quickly go through the regular queue, which is FIFA, 2K, and Overwatch. I'm still playing Prince of Persia. The storyline just hit me with a flip the script, so I wasn't expecting that. So I enjoy when it gives me a nice surprise for the story, gives me a little carrot to keep playing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And also, something of noteworthy is that my wife came down one of these days, and we were trying to, relax from all the moving and stuff like that. And she was like, "I'll watch you play the game. You want to play the game? I want to see your new TV." And so I went and played. What I played? a game of Overwatch, and she was like, "I don't know what's going on. Play something else." Uh, and then I ended up playing a little bit of Prince of Persia. But I was facing some boss that I didn't understand his strategy, and I told my wife, I don't think you want to. I don't want you to sit here and watch me get my butt kicked for another 15 minutes. So let's go switch something else." And then I forgot, like, yeah, The Last of Us. You were supposed to watch me play that anyway, and so I actually got a chance to turn it back on and play a little bit of The Last of Us. And man, that is still a beautiful looking game. It is still a great looking game. And so got a chance to get a little bit of The Last of Us in with the wife being here, a little bit more on the storyline. And I just, and you'll see a level when you check this TV out, the black levels and the bright levels, like it gets dark. And I kind of creep myself out a little bit playing the game because, you hear the voices in the dark areas, and like you don't want to go into that spot. But yeah, it's still one of those nerve-wracking games. But yeah, it was fun. Got a chance. The wife got a chance to check out the TV and kind of continue the story that we've been kind of watching and playing with Last of Us 2.
Okay. Now let me ask this, man. How much farther out are y'all from the place y'all used to reside?
We are 4 minutes away, brother.
Oh, thank you, cause that boy, that trip. Y'all, I feel like I was crossing seas to get to this dude's house sometimes, bro. I'd be like, man, are we there yet? Like, I felt like Ice Cube, and I look like him a little bit, so I felt like
anyway. We are in the burbs. I'm not going to front. We are in the burbs.
Y'all out there, and nobody should be out here laying. So yeah, okay, so that's cool. It's not too far from where y'all were. That's cool.
It's down the street.
I should be up that way probably the next few weeks. So yeah, I definitely stop through.
Yeah, hit me up.
Definitely. Welcome to the show First Name Basis. Welcome to the Shizzo. DJ Fanatic. I kind of miss First Name Basis though, bro. I kind of miss First Name Basis, man. Because we on a first name basis. But anyway, welcome to the show. So it's my turn. And so I got some gaming in this week. So of course y'all know I've been playing Resident Evil 4, the remake. And I was on the 13th stage. I heard by certain individuals, Keith Norris, that it was 15 stages. And so I thought, okay, I got 2 more stages to go and I'm done with this game. And these were some hard stages, especially when you have no ammunition, like all my bullets, my shotgun shells, my rifle shells, just the regular Glock. I'm just depleted of ammunition, and it's like you got to, K-Bomb. You have to be accurate. How depleted I was is either hit your shot or start over, and that's where it was. And I was dealing with these I don't know what they called, and Keith probably would know it, but they the creations that have the multiple hearts. Have you ever played Resident Evil 4, K-Bomb?
Yeah, I've played it, but I wouldn't be anywhere near where you were to be able to give a comment.
You got it?
I mean, I said I've played it. I didn't say I haven't.
Okay. You haven't played the remake though.
No, I played a demo.
Okay, so it's a creature on there that they created that has what they call 4 to 5 hearts, and it is able to regenerate. You can't kill it unless you kill all the hearts, or it's just going to keep regenerating. And when you first encounter it, it's going to freak you out because it's freaky. It's a freaky creature. And but I had ample ammunition before they give you this scope that allows you to see through the tissue, and it's kind of like heat vision. You can see the actual heart and everything like that. So you kind of just got to keep blasting. But this thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you. In your setting, how you just describe your TV and how it gets absolute dark. Oh yeah, I would have quit. I would have quit several times. Cause what makes this creature freaky is It's actually like demonic. When you shoot it, it drops down to the ground and starts slithering like a snake. It's just thinking about it. It's just creepy, man. It's just a creepy creature, and every time it would do it, I would just panic. I just go into panic mode, and I'm like, I can't handle it. I can't do this. So I killed the first one. You kill well, you don't have to kill the first one. I ran from the first one, and so you get into this area where you have to get you gotta charge up this security card to get through these gates cause you gotta save the president's daughter. She's locked up, so you need these security access, and so you gotta get the card authorized. So you got to go through all these stations to get the card authorized to gain access to these parts. Okay, so you get to this one area where it's actually a lab where they have 4 of them in glass containers. Now, K-Bum, I told you, I'm depleted. I've been depleted since stage 11. I've been depleted. I've been on empty since stage 11. Here it is, stage 13. I got to deal with this thing. And so you go in, you try to activate the card, and you can't activate it because you need a screwdriver. Well, of course, one of them swallowed a screwdriver, so you got to go and you got to go kill one of them. You got to kill one.
Okay.
Oh my God! So I'm just reliving this is traumatic for me, y'all. I'm sorry, but anyway, so this has changed. They changed this game around so much from the original. So I go in, I take the gun. You gotta shoot. I shot it, and you gotta shoot the hearts. You gotta aim. It's doing all it's doing, but because I got the scope, I'm shooting it from a distance. I take it out. All right, okay, that's pretty good. Let's activate this card. Let's get up out this joint. I go to activate the card. A whole slew of affected soldiers and citizens of that area come in, and they just shooting up a storm. And they busting this thing open. And you would think that these creatures would attack everybody. No. It's like they all on one accord. They only after you. So I'm trying to dodge bullets, and the demonic demon thing that's slithering and can grab you from across. K-Bub, you talking about running out of room 50 minutes just together. And then one time I ran into a space that it normally would not go. It normally turn around. And it didn't. It came into an unauthorized area chasing me. And I guess it realized it wasn't supposed to be there and stopped in the middle of the action and walked out and went back. I'm like, what? So, yeah, bro. So you got to face like 3 or 4 of them at the same time. No bullets, no nothing. So I took my shotgun. I had took all the hearts out except for the one that generates in his head. And I took my shotgun, just shot his head off, and he blew up. But then you get to this other area. And dude, they got them. They got all these type of them same creatures up in bags, just hanging from the ceiling, in the 15th stage. And when you walk past them, they shake. You don't know if one going. They shake like they when they feel your presence, the bags shake, and you don't know if one gonna fall out or not. So you got to walk around these things. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Oh, my God. So, to make a long story short, I finished Resident Evil 4. Your boy is done with Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I beat it. Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, I'm done. I got beat. I finished Resident Evil 4.
What a clap said?
I did. I clapped. You didn't hear him? You don't hear them horns?
No,
okay.
I hear them horns. Look at you.
I finished it, so it was a challenge, man. Because like I said, I didn't have no more bullets, and it literally came down to my last shot on the last villain. I'm dead serious. He was about to kill me, I had one bullet, literally one bullet, and he was standing in front of a tank of gas. I didn't think it was going to kill him. I had killed him several times. I had wounded him several times. He was about to hit me. I shot the tank, and it created a cut scene of him falling off the ledge. And then we go into the final part, which was pretty easy, of killing him. And I was like, I can't believe it came down to either he's gonna hit me and I was going to start this whole process over, or I shot that barrel and it blew up and he dropped. I stabbed him in his eye. And the sequence started. I just kind of just cried inside, like, "Thank you, Jesus." I was so relieved, man. Like, because I was gonna be mad if I had to start over. Because it's freaky. Like, it's just, these things, man, just creepy with the eyes and all. I'm like, man, just let me get done. So I don't remember it being. I guess with the graphic overhaul, it just made the game that much more daunting and challenging, because these things look freaky as heck, man. So I finished that, saw cars. I went to my next game, and
what's next?
That game is Jedi Survivor. So I started that. And I had
games.
I had to say,
like an adult.
Yeah, I had to say, dog, that Jedi Survivor is kind of good.
It's good. I've been saying that for a while, buddy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Resident Evil 4 visually is outstanding, but the neon lights and the man, when you walk in and you see the dude on the big screen talking and you see the whole city.
It's ray tracing, bro. They brought it with the ray tracing.
Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Did you play it on ray trace or did you do performance?
It's still ray trace.
Even the performance is somewhat ray trace?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've been doing
Not somewhat. It is ray trace.
Okay.
It ain't somewhat ray trace. It's ray trace.
Okay. Well, I've been in the performance mode, and man, I'm at to say
performance ray trace.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at
the whole game is ray trace. There is no setting without it.
Okay, cool. So I got through the first stage of this game, and the introduction is dope. The first, when you get in there, it's just a lot to take in. It's like, golly. So yeah, man, your boy been getting it in. So Star Wars already undrew me in, just like Resident Evil. So I'm gonna get that done, and then after that, I'm gonna buy the game Keith was talking about with the black developers, Rise of
Tales of
Zafaro or something like that.
Ken something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. I think it's $17.99. I'm gonna get that, and then we're just gonna be on No Games 24. I hear something with the Switch. I think I may get what is that game? Blade. It looks like Devil May Cry. We talked about it last week. It looks like Bayonetta for the PlayStation 5.
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade, yeah. I'm going to get that. And that may be it for the year. So, and maybe some Maddens or something. I may get Tekken. I don't know. But anyway, that's what your boy gamed on. I was trying to buy some time for Mr. Norris, but I guess he'll make it into the regular conversation. But anyway, that's what we gamed on this week. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hey, don't let K-Bum fool you. I beat games. I just don't play as much as K-Bum plays. I don't have the time. K-Bum is an everyday gamer. I'm a when I can gamer. I beat my games now. He playing Resident Evil, not Resident Evil, but The Last of Us 2. I beat that. I beat old Ellie and Joel, and I knew.
Okay, so I don't say too much then.
All right, I won't say nothing. But anyway, okay. Abby and Ellie and Abby and all that. I beat my games. Okay. So Nia, stop it, Nia. Nia level beating the game, laugh out loud. Don't do me like that. Level been gaming, and you doggone right. Anyway, I've been gaming. So anyway, so where we want to go first, K-Bum? What topic do we want to? I'm trying to buy some time for Mr. Norris, so I don't want to go into the wreck just yet. And I don't really want to go into any really Nintendo topic till he get here, because I know he won't
All
talk.
right.
So let's talk about these 4 games from Microsoft.
Yep.
So you was right.
Yep.
You was right. So what do you think about the 4 games from Microsoft?
I think it makes sense. Do you want to go into what they actually? Oh my lord,
Yeah,
my
go
wife
ahead.
done spent $115 at Walmart. I'm sorry, that pops up on my phone. Surprised me. I apologize for that. No, if you want to go into the actual games that Microsoft revealed, then we can kind of talk about them. But
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
it's kind of what we I expected, and it's definitely what I was. Some of my sources that I found out seemed like the sources were correct, so that's good to know. But these games, which as stated, 2 bigger games, that being Sea of Thieves, well, bigger games with larger audience, that being Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, and then 2 smaller games that apparently looks like it's a more of Nintendo type of thing, which is Grounded and Pentiment, something like that.
Yeah, Grounded
So,
and Pentiment. Yep.
yep, yeah. So I think I don't know if it's a good move or not for Microsoft. I know in the interview they kind of touted themselves as being these great third-party publishers, but your only references was every company that you bought, not nothing you made in-house. Minecraft, Call of Duty, and Activision. I'm sorry, Blizzard, Activision, Blizzard. So yeah. So, but these games for what they're trying to do makes sense. Sea of Thieves, I don't know if I would say Sea of Thieves makes sense since that was always crafted as this only Microsoft experience. And this experience you can only get in Microsoft has kind of been something that they've been touting for a long time. So I don't know if that makes sense, but um, opening up the community so that more people can play this, that's a win for the gamers. Being able to play it on whatever platform you like, if you have a PlayStation, Xbox, that makes sense. But for a Microsoft standpoint, I don't know. I will tell basically about this. Time will tell about these decisions that Microsoft are making.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, as far as Hi-Fi Rush, we all knew it was gonna be Hi-Fi and Sea of Thieves. Grounded. There go Mr. Norris right there. What's up, Norris? Welcome to the show.
What up, what up, what up?
Nothing much, nothing much. So we kind of just getting into our first topic, and that topic is our thoughts on the 4 games that Microsoft has decided to bring to the other platforms, Nintendo and PlayStation. So for me, of course, we knew Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves was going to be 2 of the games. Now, I thought Pentiment. I kind of thought they was going to do Pentiment. I just didn't think it'll. Anyway, for me, Pentiment doesn't do anything for me. But that I don't want to disparage the game. Grounded looks horrible on the Switch. I'm just going to say it.
Oh my gosh.
Grounded look horrible, really, really horrible, and at this point, I'm not interested in that stuff on the current Switch. So I think that's why I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're going to put Hi-Fi Rush on the current Switch, and I believe that Microsoft is probably going to make that announcement themselves when they're ready to. But I really hope that Hi-Fi Rush is also marketed with the next Switch. Because looking at Grounded, I feel like this Switch to me it ain't worth it at this point. Maybe, yeah, it is not worth it for me. So only one of these games excite me, and that's Hi-Fi Rush. The other 3, yeah, Sea of Thieves, I don't know. If y'all was to get it and do some multiplayer stuff, maybe. But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush was the only one that excited me. I don't know. I haven't seen much of Pentiment, and like I said, what I saw with Grounded on the Switch, I'd rather play it on the Xbox. So, but yeah, Keith, the floor is yours, man. What's your thoughts?
Oh man. Yeah, so everybody was right. The rumors were right. about these 4 games. Sea of Thieves. I'll start there. Sea of Thieves. I played it. I played it with an ex coworker of mine, and we played it a little bit, and it was okay. It was just because it was just me and her, and not like a whole group of people. It wasn't as intriguing, but I can see why they want to put that on there. And I think Sea of Thieves is one of those games, if PlayStation gamers get it, and it gives it that new breath of fresh air. Like, oh, look at these extra gamers and people getting on there and playing it, and they can build the player base. That's the whole building or rebuilding the industry and things of that nature.
Exactly.
And the same could be said for Grounded. I 100% agree. I don't even know why that game. I know why it looks like that on the Switch, but my God, like that was. Whoo, you talk about some visual Vaseline. Like, man, I was like, because I played it. I played it on my PC on Game Pass, so I know what the game's supposed to look like. And looking at it, that ain't it. I was like, oh no, 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 no. They opened up with that. Like, no, close it, close it. Don't open this. Close it. Excuse me. Pentiment. That ain't for me. That ain't for me at all. For those gamers who enjoy it, it looks like it's interesting, and I don't know. It could be something interesting to play, but I didn't even give it a chance when I on Game Pass, so I don't even know about that one. And of course, there's Hi-Fi Rush, and I agree. Hi-Fi Rush is probably the best game out of the bunch. Single player experience. Why it's skipping the original Switch? My only guess. If it's skipping the original Switch, my only guess would be the frame rate, because it is a what do you call those type of games? The somebody help me out. The rhythm game. It's a rhythm game.
Yeah.
And if the if the frame rate is going everywhere, that's not a fun experience. Even if they were able to get it at 30, it has to be a consistent 30. And if that frame rate is everywhere, you're not going to have fun with that game. So that would be the only reason I would think that, and the other reason is they possibly are holding it for Switch 2. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. K-Bomb, anything else on the 4 games?
No, I think Keith just came in here cold and knocked it out the park, man. Smooth.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
No, that was good, man. I didn't get a chance to see what Grounded looked like, but yeah, that's funny that it looks like the extra back.
Since Grounded is not Nintendo's game, can I play that? I should be able to, shouldn't I?
What you mean?
Grounded on the Switch.
Yeah. What are you asking?
If I play the mud of that was showcased on the Switch, would the ninjas come out for me because it's the Switch version?
I wouldn't play that version. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
The ninjas knows no bounds.
I'm gonna play it from the IGN trailer.
Get ready to embark on an enormous adventure of
Nice talking to you for the few
proportions.
minutes I was here.
Being shrunken down at the hands of its
So-
Shut it down.
This is it right here. If y'all haven't seen, like, that's the only thing about the Nintendo stuff. You can't play their stuff. It's like, man, why do y'all act like this with y'all stuff? But anyway, they don't own this game, so I don't think they can technically do anything to us for playing it. This looks horrible.
Famous last words.
This looks horrible. On the Switch. I mean, no, okay, let me not say horrible. It's definitely not where. It's just like with Witcher 3. I would not play this on the Switch. If I was going to play it and I have another system and it's on that system, like the Xbox or the PlayStation 5, which I do own, then I'm gonna get it on that. I'm not going to give you that amount of money to play a game that looks like this when I could play it better. So, like I said, it wasn't like Keith said, they shouldn't have laid out with this. They had plenty of other games that was a lot better than these that they could have laid out with. But I guess, hey, it's Microsoft bringing their game to Nintendo, and I guess they, felt like it was a big announcement. But to me, it was underwhelming. But go ahead, anybody else, then we move on.
Are we talking about the whole Nintendo Direct or just those 4 games?
Just that we still on the 4 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I'll say this. I encourage people to try Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
I think that even though I like Hi-Fi Rush out of the bunch, I think Sea of Thieves could have the longest life in the long term. And all those PlayStation gamers out there, go try Sea of Thieves, man. I think you'll enjoy it. Because there's not many games like that on PlayStation. I don't think, right?
What you mean? Bad
I don't
games,
know.
or are we talking about? We mean by how many games?
Uh,
You called it.
cooperative, ship base, team base. I don't know.
Well, don't we have the four the quadruple A game coming out soon? So we good.
No, man. Did you hear? Didn't you hear? You are the ship.
Hmm?
You're not playing on the ship.
Hmm?
You are the ship. Where you go, it go. You turn left, it turn left.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. I am
He
totally
talking
lost.
he talking about Skull and Bones.
Oh, okay. Let me ask this: has anybody here? Has any of you guys played Sea of Thieves in the chat? Nia, have you played it? First name basis. Anyone here? Have y'all played Sea of Thieves? I'm curious because I want to know. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to open up the lines and let y'all talk when if y'all like let Nia them talk and share their thoughts here and there. Who has played Sea of Thieves? Just let me know in the chat.
I have not.
I'm looking at it. First name Fanatic said no, he hasn't. I played it with my ex-fiance.
We ain't need all that, yeah. We ain't.
Yes or no?
It's actually fun. Okay. Okay. Definitely going to get. Oh, this is Chariot Man. Definitely going to get the Hell Divers too. Okay. Yeah, I plan on if y'all get Hell Divers, I plan on getting Hell Divers.
For sure.
But anyway, never played Sea of Thieves, not yet. Okay, so the only person that's played it is Nia with her ex-fiance.
That's what I got to.
So you liked it though, Nia?
You said it's fun. It's
It's
it,
fun.
it is, and it can be like, especially if you got a whole group of people, like you got somebody navigating the ship. You got like if you get a hole in the bottom of your boat, somebody got to be down there getting the water off, or y'all could take turns, and you pretty much work together. It kind of reminds me of that one Nintendo Wii U game where I can't not remember the name of this game, but somebody had the gamepad and they were controlling the ship, and then somebody else had
Oh, definitely, I'm not playing it.
oh
Nia's-
no, not.
She
What you
said
say?
I got legit seasick with that. No, if it makes you that woozy, I know that's not for me because I don't want. The
Good
last
level.
game that did me like that was Uncharted 3. Had me sick for a few days at the trying to play through that
Oh man,
doggone.
don't be scared, bro.
No, K-Bum, you don't do it well either. The seasick, have your brain swimming? No, I'm good. Nope. If you really got sick from playing it near for real, that's a no for me.
Man, you gotta test it out for yourself, man. Don't let
Nah.
nobody deter you. You
I
be
know
your own
how-
man.
I know how I am with first person shooters, and if it's not right, if it's not tight and that frame rate not right, I get motion sickness quick. The waves feel like you're actually in the ocean. Okay, so you're not saying it's from motion sickness as if the game was not optimized. Well, okay, so you saying you.
Oh no, it's solid.
Okay, all right, cool. I may not try it out, but anyway. So, so anyway, y'all, we done with this subject. We moving on. Are we done? All right, so let's move on to this Nintendo partner showcase. Since we really can't show it, I figure out a way to kind of pull up the games we were talking about. So who all saw it here? Let me ask that first.
I saw it.
I'm trying to be careful, man, because I don't want to offend nobody, but K-Bum, did you see it? It don't sound like you did. Oh Lord, you got the excuse of moving. So okay, you was moving.
Yeah, sweet. Yep, I was moving.
So of course Nintendo had their showcase on Wednesday. Was that Wednesday? Yeah, yesterday, the 21st, and it was basically games coming from their, I guess, second and third party partners, and you know, we already talked about one of the games, and that was Grounded, which so we can skip over that. But were there any games that they showed in this showcase, Keith, that you want to discuss?
Huh?
Oh Lord. Okay, all right. So let me. Yes, you. What is this game, right? Enders, Magnolia. Magnolia. That game, I thought this game was dope. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is one of the games
That's
I
the
said.
side-scrolling one?
Yeah, that's the side-scrolling one. I can't play it. Let me see. This one right here. This game looks dope to me. I definitely would get this one. It depends on the price, but this mug look dope. I'm liking what I'm
They
seeing.
got the Metroidvania feel. I wouldn't play it on the Switch.
But that's the Switch version right here. It don't look bad at all. It looks good. Why wouldn't you play it on the Switch?
I'd just rather get it on Steam.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That's different. I thought you meant you wouldn't get it because it's ugly or something like that.
No. It's gonna die on my Switch, but on Steam I'll have it forever.
You can play games not published by Nintendo. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I never said that.
I'm looking to see if there even is a PC version.
So that was that game. The next game was, what was this one?
This game came out in 2021.
A Ranger.
play
Is that
that.
the name of this game? A Ranger. A role puzzling adventure. A Ranger. Nope. Not going to be playing this at all. Anybody else? Okay,
Actually, let me be honest. Am I excited about this? No, but I do give them credit for trying something different. I give them credit. I was looking at it, I was like, that's different. That's something I would want to try to experience, but I know me, I'm not really going to experience it. Because every piece that you move is a puzzle. Everywhere you move is a puzzle.
Oh, so she's saying I can play games that are not published by Nintendo. Okay, so I can play these games. Okay, but I'm playing Nintendo's Nintendo partner showcase. I don't want to play it. Nintendo too they too finicky. So let me do this. Let me go over here and pull them up separate. But go ahead. So that Magnolia game was what? Because I like this Enders. Let me go there real quick because I want to talk about this game.
Ender Lilies.
Ender what?
Lilies.
Lilies. I thought it was Magnolia.
Oh wait, might be looking at a different game. Then hold on.
I'm trying to see if anybody. Okay, IGN. No, that's missed. There it is. This Nintendo. All right.
Oh,
so
you
I
right.
played
Ender's
on it.
Magnolia. My bad, y'all.
So this game right here, to me, stood out to me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I saw from this game. To me, they should have led out with this title, not Grounded. I would have led with this title. It's a side scroller. It looks interesting. Again, I didn't play super. I was at work, so I really wasn't paying attention to what they were saying about the game. I was just looking at it, and just from the visuals, it looks dope. It reminds me of Ori in visual, kind of like the dark but illuminated backdrops, and it's interesting to me. And I may look into this title. I really do. It's dealing with they in the underworld. In the underworld, I guess something happened, and if you was rich, you was able to escape, but if you wasn't, you was kind of left to this underworld where it's like spirits and different things taking over, and she's able to control some of them, or they align with her or partner with her to get through the game. So it kind of got like a dark edge to it, but it looks pretty dope, man. Real talk. So anybody else on that game?
I mean, I keep my eye out on it because it's a Metroidvania. So
Okay.
you know, I love those styles of game. What I was looking at when I was saying Ender's Lilies, apparently there's a world, or there's another game called Ender's Lilies, and in the Magnolias within that world. So my bad,
Okay.
I misspoke.
So what's another game that y'all? Because like I said, a lot of these games I just wasn't interested in. Was there any games that was shown here that y'all were actually interested in?
I'm not even gonna lie to you, not really.
What did y'all think about the what is this Monster Hunter remake? 3D.
The stories,
Yeah.
I'm good, bro.
Okay, let me ask you. So since my partners on here is not interested at all in this, K-Bum has went to sleep. Keith is like, nope. Any game from the comment section. I don't want to skip this segment because none of us are interested in much that was shown here. Nia didn't even watch it.
Ain't nothing happening until the CCS Switch 2.
Right. So is there any games that the listening audience that's listening, were there any games that was shown in the Nintendo Partner Showcase that you would like for us to discuss, give our thoughts on? Mickey Mouse, that was like, I don't care. Was this how you say that? Megami? Simagami Tenshin 5? Vengeance? Anybody there? I know OJ love that one. Oh, Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Anything there? No. South Park Snow Day.
Wasn't that PS2? Wasn't that PS2 era?
Yeah. South Park Snow Day. Nothing there. Okay. Sword and Online Fraction Daydream. Oh, okay.
Now that's probably gonna be a big one, but not for me.
Gundam Breaker 4.
No.
Okay. Let's continue. Monkey Ball.
No.
Banana Rumble. Okay.
Put him back in the
World of Goo 2. Anything?
I played the first one. It wasn't bad. I can't get with it though. It's hard. That game's difficult.
Fantasy Life. Basically a Animal Crossing type game. Okay, nothing there. Now, okay, this one right here.
All right, okay, I was waiting.
Now, another Crab's Tail. I'm gonna admit that this one was kind of interesting in a curious, kind of comical, cheesy way. I was like, maybe. so let me hold up. Let me do this. What was the name of this game again? Another Crab's Tail. Okay, let me find it.
Treasure.
Yeah. There it is, right there.
Oh, it's coming to Steam.
Let me see if I can find it where I can play it somewhere where they won't bother me. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So Keith, what was your thoughts on this title?
When I first saw it, I was like,
I feel ashamed.
What are they doing? But then I saw they said it's like a Dark Souls game.
It's a Souls game, yeah.
It's a Souls game. And then he picks up like random items to make his shell, and I guess he used that as defense or whatever. I'm intrigued. I don't think I'm gonna play it, but I am intrigued. I don't play Souls games.
Is that Mr. Crab? What is that?
He might as well.
It might well be, yeah. That would have been dope if it was Mr. Krabs. I'm serious. That would have been
Nah,
dope.
they would have to tie in too much Nickelodeon stuff.
Yep.
But
Water
this is
down
on
the
the
game.
so this is on the Xbox. So they got a better looking version of these. So it got to be on the PlayStation too. Because
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's coming to everything.
Yeah, I might have to wait to see how it look on the other system because it didn't look all that great on where I was watching on Nintendo. But it looks, man, like I said, bro, I might, man. I might. This one caught me. It was the Souls when it said it's a Souls-like game. I like, whoa, okay, that's different. And it looks action-packed. It's comical. It's funny. It's not meant to be taken serious. You can kind of climb into any. You can make anything your shell, cans, cups. But it looks cool, man. It looks cool. I can't deny. So anyway, let's go back. What else? Can't play it. Stop playing. So Nintendo.
Penny's Big Breakaway. That's what I
Okay, so Crab's Treasure. This was another one that kind of caught my eye. It's a platformer. But we don't have to talk about that. So Penny, that was kind of looks interesting. No, definitely no. What was this? Contra, y'all. Contra Operation.
That actually was kind of cool.
Yeah, it does. Pentiment, they showed that one. What y'all think about Rare? The Rare titles.
Why man, out of all, my God, why those titles?
I don't know.
Oh, and then they put Blast Corps in there, like, oh, that'll get them. No, you can take it back, give it right back to Xbox. These are not the titles we was looking for.
This is what, well, we may have to, but this is what bothers me about Xbox. Y'all have all these titles that would cause, y'all have Battletoads. They got so much stuff in Rare. It's like, why aren't y'all, they're your first party titles right there. Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie, Killer Instinct, all this stuff. Anyway, so I guess they ended on Endless Ocean, Lunimus, and I was kind of done at that point. I was like, yeah, right. So real quick, let's give our grade. I guess everybody in the comment section that actually watched it, Diddy Kong Racers right near. Everybody that saw it, give me your grade. Keith, give me your grade for the Nintendo Partner Showcase that was on from Wednesday. What's your grade?
I gotta give it a D. I will go lower, but just because I'm slightly biased in Nintendo, I just want to be nice. But I gotta give them a D. Minus.
Minus.
I thought when they showed their Rareware logo, I thought we was finna, and they was playing that Killer Instinct music. I thought we was finna get Killer Instinct Gold. That's what I thought. I was geek. I had to stop what I was doing at work. I was setting the room, getting it ready for an event, and I was like, man, I gotta stop. I had it up on the big screen, on the projector screen. And I kind of had it sync with my earphones from my phone, so I was listening to it. And I heard that music. I turned around, I saw that sign. I was like, "Oh, this is Killer Instinct Gold. They finna remake it." What? And I saw that all them games. I was like, "Oh man, get this out of here! Stop it! Slap yourself, Microsoft and Nintendo." Anyway, don't play in my heart like that. So, in the comment section, let me know. What's your grade? Keith said a D. K-Bum didn't watch it, so that's an incomplete.
It sounds like I'm in school again.
I'm going to say Nia got an incomplete too. She didn't watch it. I'm going to say a D minus. It was. I'm going to say a D minus. It didn't fail. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you, bro. So I went to the internet, and I went and checked out. I'm like, okay. I know I didn't get a chance to see it. Do I need to watch it? Well, let me see what titles. Let me go see a website, and it said the big announcements from the Nintendo Direct. And I went down the list and started to read the big announcements for the Nintendo Direct. And I said, yeah, I'm not watching that. If this is your big announcements, my time is too precious
Yeah.
to watch this. So I'm cool. I'm just gonna do the little podcast on the fly because I ain't wasting my time.
Bro, snake rattle and roll. Snake rattle and roll. Blast Corpse. I never played that game, so I don't really know. Killer Instinct kind of was. If it was gold, if it was Killer Instinct gold, I like the original Killer Instinct too. But if it was Killer Instinct gold, that would have been dope. That would have been dope. Battletoads, yeah, that's cool. RC Pro-Am, that was cool too. But no, this is not. This is something you throw up on YouTube, and the fact that this wasn't even presented in a live way, they just threw it up. You didn't, Keith. They just threw this up, a 23-minute video that y'all can watch. They didn't care.
When they say a partner, I was thinking more of like a presentation. It's gonna be people talking and stuff, but they was literally talking about we ain't got no games. Everybody else do.
DJ Fanatic said it was to be expected with their timing before the main event. We about to get there. We about to get there. So anything else? Keith, you're not getting Endless Ocean, Luminous.
Endless Ocean? No,
Endless
sir.
Ocean?
I had Endless Ocean on the Switch, and I had no idea why I bought that game. I have no idea what I did in that game. No, sir. Like Cable, my time is too precious.
Was okay. Never got into Killer Instinct as a child. Just felt it was a Mortal Kombat ripoff.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, Nia, no. Killer Instinct was totally different from Mortal Kombat.
It was legit.
Ultra combo, boy. I used to get getting goosebumps hearing that. They screwed it up on the Xbox One. They screwed it. It was cool. I bought the one for that too. It was cool, but it lost that magic that the original two had.
Well, I think they was also trying to money hat the characters or something like that.
That too.
And I think
that
that's
hurt
what
it too.
that really hurt.
It was like free to play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was free to play, and then you had to buy the characters or buy packs
Yeah.
or something. I was like, man,
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that was another barrier from getting into it. I'm gonna be honest, man. It took the artistic direction that they took. While it was a good looking game, don't get me wrong, the game looked good. It just didn't really look like Killer Instinct. 2, it was more difficult than it needed to be, and it was just some of that magic of the originals was just missed. You could tell these wasn't the people who made the original. They didn't understand the game. And I'm not gonna say it was a bad game. You could just tell they didn't have the heart or the connection. They were just taking the asset that they had and trying to recreate it in their own way. It worked in its own way, but it paled in comparison to the original too. I leave like that. It's something about that not so realistic, that anime. They kind of took that element away. You kind of sometimes you got to keep some of that for some certain titles. But I said that's why I think Street Fighters work, because they haven't really tried to take them characters away from what they really, and they let them look like what they always look, a little exaggerated, a little over the top. All that plays into it. They hurt Glacius. They hurt him. Yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about Killer Instinct, but anything else? Okay, so let's move on. Everybody basically like we done with this topic. So let's go where we want to go, K-Bon. Do we want to go to PlayStation Pro, or do we want to go to Nintendo Delay?
Let's go into delay.
Let's go to Delay.
Yeah, keep this here now.
All right. So, well, Keith also wants to talk about the Hell Diver 2 too. So we
just briefly.
Okay, so let's get to this. So of course, everybody know that there's a rumor that's been, it's rumor mill and believe that Nintendo has decided to delay the Switch 2 into 2025. And so I want to get y'all thoughts on that. I guess K-Bum, I'll let you come since you chose to go this way. What's your thoughts on this? I'm trying to pull it up. Let me go back out. But go ahead, K-Bum. You got the floor.
Yeah. So the rumors have it that it will miss the holiday season 2024 and into 2025. My thoughts on this, Sony and Microsoft ain't applying any pressure, in my opinion. The only people who's actually applying the pressure are the consumers. Is what I would say. I don't believe the competition has applied any pressure. I don't think the direct competitors, as far as the console platforms are concerned, have not applied enough pressure for Nintendo to have to get this out this year. But I will say that outside of the consumer pressure, as we just talked about in the podcast, where Nia said if it ain't Switch 2, she ain't trying to hear it, and Levels constant cry to get a new version and not planning anything and don't want to see Metroid Prime 4 on this current system. Other than those, the most pressure for Nintendo that's been applied to them has to be from the PC world, from the Steam Deck to the A-Rog, what the thing's called?
I think that's right.
A-Rog and others that's applying that mobile game console experience or PC experience / mobile is probably the most pressure that I've seen being applied. But in my opinion, those are not the same audience. That's not the same audience. What you will have is that I believe, and even if they delay to 2025, you will have people that will still buy the Switch 2, even if it doesn't meet the specs of its competitors in the PC world. You would just have people that's upset for another Nintendo round of their lack of power, but they will still buy the game in droves to play the Nintendo only games. You hear that, Phil Spencer? Exclusives, sell systems. So I don't think Nintendo is in any pressure. I don't think they're in any bad shape other than consumers' appeal. I do think they have a bad habit of letting their systems linger a little bit too long. That's what happened with the Wii. The Wii was dust on people's entertainment systems by the time the Wii U came out, and that received the very lukewarm, if not bad, reception. And so I do know that Nintendo has that issue, but yeah, I see the successor of the Switch still being close to being, if not as successful as the original Switch.
I'm gonna say this. Let's make sure DJ Fanatic put it in there. And I was gonna say that this is still not official. This is still rumor and speculation by a report that Bloomberg put out, and it says after Bloomberg published this report on Monday, stating that Nintendo has delayed the release of the Switch 2 to early months of 2025. And emphasizing that the company will miss the key holiday shopping period of late 2024, which is typically when consoles are launched. The shares of the Japanese giant has significantly dropped. So we see On January 19th, in response to the delay situation, Nintendo shares declined by nearly 6%. At the moment of writing, the stock decrease has widened to approximately 8%. As for Nintendo, the company has remained silent and hasn't yet issued an official statement on the matter. So, of course, that means it's not official. Previously, we reported that the company increased its forecast for Switch sales in the current fiscal year, ending in March, from 15 million units to 15.5 million units. So let's see whether the stock situation will affect the projection in any way. So, yeah. So the delay rumor has caused the stocks of Nintendo to drop. But Nintendo has not yet said anything. And typically in these type of situations, they will be quick to, well, they can't probably, if they got a plan for rollout, they may not be able to say anything because they may give indication to what their plans. If they say this is not true, that means it's coming this year, which could hurt Switch sales. If they say nothing, I don't know. To me, I'd rather say it ain't true. Yeah. You leaving that speculation, but that can all change.
But
with
Nintendo still hasn't what's the word I'm looking for? They have still yet addressed a new console. That a new console is coming out.
No, they haven't.
Is that correct?
No, they haven't. So
okay.
All right, Keith, the floor is yours, bro. Thoughts? Okay. If the speculation and rumors are true, how are you receiving this as a Nintendo fan?
It's weird, especially after seeing that partners direct, and you're like, man, looks like I'm not gonna be playing nothing Nintendo for a minute. Definitely weird. Definitely weird, man, because I feel like, and I'm just trying to take the whole landscape of what's going on. I feel like they have an open for Sony literally said we're not bringing out any of our first party exclusive games till 2025. Right. Microsoft is scrambling and trying to make moves. Kudos to them for trying to make moves. But Nintendo, you're also quiet. And I feel like they should be making noise. But like I said a while back when we started talking about the Nintendo Switch rumors, I know this is a weird place for Nintendo. They never been here before, like really successful and ending strong successfully, and then coming into another console. And like Kayvon was saying, you got all that competition with the Lenovo's and the ROG Allies and the Steam Decks. So I just feel like they're taking their time, but it definitely I'm ready to see something now. After seeing that they're not really finna give me any games, and Metroid Prime 4 is still in the air, all right, give me something. I need something from you, you know.
Right.
Some kind of nugget.
Something. Yeah. We going into that Wii era where the Wii was super successful, and then it started fizzling out, and it died, and then the Wii U couldn't recover it. So they got to be careful.
Yeah, they saying this is well sourced, but I mean, I'm gonna say this. I hope that these rumors are nothing but rumors, cause to me, the Switch, look at Grounded, y'all. Look at what they showed yesterday. Look at Grounded on the Switch. Look at Witcher 3 on the Switch. The Switch has done what it needed to do. It's literally February. Y'all have plenty of time to launch this system in this year. There's no reason other than being greedy and trying to milk a fan base a little bit longer, because, and this was my fear, this is why I said no games 24 is a real situation, y'all. This pandemic has hit gaming. This virus is striking everybody. Phil Spencer. Then PlayStation come out. We won't have no first party until 2025. And then I was like, man, okay, this is trending. You know, things come in 3, they say. You know, I don't think like this, but it tends to come in 3s. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, in the same window of announcement, we was like, why would Sony come out and say this right now? Why they doing this Me Too movement? And here Nintendo is with the Me Too. Oh, Sony, you think you can out bad news me? Well, guess what? We delaying the Switch. Now, again, they haven't said anything. So this is still speculation. But Nintendo typically squash this stuff when it's not true. Am I wrong to say that, Keith? They normally get on, especially when your stock's dropping. They put out an announcement that the rumors are not true. They haven't said anything. So either they try to fill out the temperature on this and how the fan base will feel, or it might be some smoke. It might be some fire under that smoke. And that's, to me, that'd be highly disappointing. We've it's time to move on for me. And to me, this is the perfect moment to do it. You don't want it unless they're trying to get away from the PlayStation 5 Pro, which we're gonna shift to. But we gotta speculate if it is true. Why? Why are they in a year where they can be the talk? Because Sony said they don't have any games. So even if they announce a PlayStation 5 Pro, you said you don't have no first-party games. So what's the point of announcing a system that you have no games to show with it? I guess unless you're showing third-party. Nintendo can literally have this whole year to itself. So it makes me, if this is rumor, again, this is rumor, and I'm not jumping off no cliff in despair. I'm just like y'all said, it's baffling. It's befuddling to try to figure out why, when you clearly see that the Switch has reached his limits. It's like it's on life support. It's like, bro, y'all are wore me out. Like, I cannot. Y'all done beat this thing to death. It can pick no more cotton.
Whoa.
I'm messing. That was what was in my head. Like, Nintendo out here slave driving this Switch. Like, you gonna get some more. You gonna get to the end of this. Feels like I can't make it, boss. I can't get. So I'm like, bro.
Boss, he said he tired.
Yeah, like it's time to. I'm ready. And this may be personal. I'm ready to move on, man. I'm ready to move on. I was this year's old when the Switch came out. I was in my 30s. Do y'all hear me? I was 38 when the Switch came out. I didn't have gray hairs.
That man said I was a young whippersnapper.
I was still running 2 miles a day. No. So what I'm saying is, it's been a long time, man. When did it come out? 2000 what? 17? Like, man, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go. I'm ready, man. Yeah, this is Black History Month. Yeah, I had to add some of that in there. But yeah, this is kind of deflating for me if it's true. I'm still holding out hope that it's not, but Nintendo is not giving me any hope. They really not. But we got next month. Hopefully we at least see it. If I see it, I may be able to hold off. But I'm just puzzled. If it is true, why do you... Okay, let me ask this, then we move on to Sony. If the rumor is true and Nintendo has pushed it back into 2025, which would mean it possibly won't come out until March or April of 2025. Why do y'all think that is? Thank you.
It's April 20. Oh, you talking about Switch 2?
Yeah.
Well, I know in March it's their their fiscal year.
Fiscal year. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would it? I don't know. Unless they got something ready.
Do you feel like Then they may not feel like it's powerful enough.
No, or it could be the Wii U situation where they're like, man, we never developed with this type of power before. You know, like, man, we need to take a little bit more time. We can make games look even better.
That's a good take. K-Bomb?
That's a hopeful take. So, what was the pure question again? I'll make sure I'm answering that question.
What reason do you, if the rumor is true, what would be the reason when you're looking at the landscape of 2024? It says it's prime time for Nintendo. It's your window. This is your spot to do whatever you want to do.
That 2024 is their prime time?
There's nothing else there. There's nothing to take attention from you. No games, no system, no nothing.
Yeah.
Why would you delay to 2025 and move into the window to possibly be overshadowed by PlayStation 5, whatever Xbox has coming, because they said they got something coming in the holiday of 2024. What would be the reason to move after that?
Well, the two things I think about when I think about the reason like that. One would be issues with supply line. That's definitely been a. Nia just said down in chat, chip shortage, like something with the supply line, right? You can't get enough systems out there in place, or you can't meet the quota you're trying to meet. That's one. Two, I think, is launch titles, right? You need to make sure that you have those bangers on launch title that showcase what the system can do. Since Nintendo always does something unique than everybody else. Some call it unique, some call it the gimmick. That they need to make sure they have whatever game they need to have to take advantage of that particular uniqueness of their system. So those two things I think that would delay from hitting this prime time window that you would want to hit, with some of the other two kind of letting down this 2024 season. So to me, that would be the two that I would highly mark as a reason for this happening.
Okay. So you don't think they running from? Well, they can't because they running into those announcements. I just hope it ain't true. But any final words on this before we move over to Sony?
Come on, Nintendo. Dave Chappelle.
I'm just ready to move on, man. I really am. I don't want to buy anything else on the Switch. I really don't. Not nothing of major. Like I said, what's that game, Keith, that you says Tales of Zafora? How you say that? Zendara. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Who's this? Avesta 11. They could be holding out, milking the Switch so they can try to beat the PlayStation 2 record since they're close. And a new console could mess that up right now. Oh, that's a good take.
That's a good point.
But wouldn't they still be selling? But the Switch is still going to sell even after the Switch 2.
Not like that, though.
True.
Not like that.
It would impact, but we're talking about that's something. I understand the sentiment of that comment. I do understand, but as a business, you don't just run your business for records. You run your business for profits. And to me, the bottom line for companies is profit, making a buck. And you're selling these systems and that, but you've seen what happens when you wait too long. Like you've seen that when you drop the ball, your momentum, and you don't put it out there. So they have to have that in the back of their minds. And so whatever that is that's causing them to lose momentum, it has to be, in my opinion. Again, I don't work there. I don't know what the company's doing. In my opinion, it has to be something sufficient enough to cause them to miss the window. And so I do see what this person is saying, and I Vesta, it's good to see a new face in here.
Yeah,
Vesta, see a new face in here.
Yeah,
welcome, absolutely. But as a business, it has to be something important. right? And super important for you to have your stocks drop and still not be able to say a word on what's going on with the status of your next console. So I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I think
my
they
thought
stocks
about it.
can. An announcement will make their stocks bounce back. So I can see Nintendo like I ain't worried about that. Once we announce this thing, all that and recover all that. I'm just what you originally said, K-Bomb, was my concern, and this has been my concern. And it's like what Avesta said, and that's what it seems like. You're milking 140 million. You milking it, and that's where they always mess up. They milked the Wii. They knew the Wii they should have moved on, but they had 100 million. And they just milked it until they couldn't milk it no more. And then they moved on. But by the time they moved on, the competition was so far from where y'all were that as soon as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One released, it made the Wii U obsolete. It was obsolete out the gate, but it didn't look as bad. But as soon as the other two systems came, it was like, oh my God, that's when I had to realize, man, they screwed up. They screwed up.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They not catching that PS2.
They might. Where the PS2 at? 100 and what?
58.
58? No, we need to move on. They not catching this PS2.
Yeah.
And according to VG charts, the Switch is at 137.
Yeah, they ain't catching the Switch 2. No, you're right. They're not catching it.
They're not catching that.
Not at least not by next year. So let's move on. And it took the PlayStation 2 years to get there. Years.
The PlayStation 2 got that while the PS3 was like around. Like they were still selling the PS2.
That's what I mean. It took years to get there. It didn't happen in the lifespan of that system. It happened when they had a new system on there. They crossed that mark.
Yeah.
But that was a good take, though, Avesta. My bad. I'm eating my Polish sauces. So let's move on because I don't get a chance to eat when I'll be ripping and running. So I'm not saying pause. We're not doing that on this show.
Hey, I wasn't gonna mess with you. I just gonna let it breathe.
I was about to say a pause moment right there, but I kept it to myself.
I refuse to get caught up into this nonsense of
I was gonna let the brother live, man.
I'm eating the Polish sausages.
Let him live.
When does eating the Polish sausages need to be paused?
Is that a beef Polish sausage? A turkey? What you eating?
Eat that beef.
It's beef. It's a beef.
Beef. All praises.
Yeah. I'm not pausing. I'm not letting y'all change me. All this pausing. Every time you say something, you got to pause. No, I'm not pausing. Stop it. Anyway, so we men around here. We ain't pausing.
It was on my mind though. I was like,
I know. I felt that. I felt the pause. I was like, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I said I'm eating Polish sausage. I ain't tripping.
Eating that meat.
K-Bum, all right, that's a slap yourself. Never say never. So anyway, so let's move on to Sony. So while Nintendo is letting rumors cause their stocks to drop, Sony stocks dropped too. But now there is a rumor that there may be a PlayStation 5 Pro in holiday season of 2024. So with Keith and K-Bum, I guess I'll bring you in here. What's your thoughts on that?
Why? We're just like we haven't even got UE5 games out. Really, it's like maybe like 4 or 5 of them. Like I don't see the need for the PS5 Pro. Like especially not this year, and even next year. I don't think the Pro mid-gen refresh is something we should see every console generation. I don't think it's always needed. The PS4 at that time, I can see it was definitely struggling for what it was trying to do a lot of things. So I think it made sense. Ish, it made sense. Ish, still wasn't the perfect decision, but I don't think the Pro is something you should do because I think at a certain point you start to get diminishing returns where you don't get back as much as you're putting in. And I think that's what's going on with these systems. The PS5 is yeah, it's not doing 4K 120. I mean, but what is doing 4K 120? So I don't know. I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited for the Pro, even though I love graphics, I love power. Uh, uh, I think this generation right now has enough to produce great games. You're always going to be outclassed by the PC. Always. You're always going to be trying to catch the tail, pause, of PC. So,
My Lord, man. Man, I'm done with y'all.
I couldn't let that pass. So I don't think the pro phenomenon is something that should happen every generation, and I think this is that generation that we can actually do without it. So that's my thoughts.
Keith.
Final Fantasy VII is struggling. Bring on the PS5 Pro. No, just playing. Yeah, I'm with K-Bro. I don't see a need for one as well. I also don't own the PS5, so I don't know. But I also know that they, in my opinion, they haven't put out a bunch of games that demand pro level fidelity or fidelity. So I don't know what they're maybe they're setting up for next year. I don't get it. I never really understood the reason for a pro. Looking back, I understand why the PS4 Pro had one, but for the most part, I don't get it. Other than trying to breathe new life and hype into your system and keep eyes on you or whatever. Like, hey, look, Sony's making a move. They're doing something, even though it's unnecessary. Because I haven't heard any bad things about the OG PS5. I guess we can call it the OG now. I don't get it either. I really don't have much to say. I just will. I want to know if these companies can justify it. You know, are we trying to make sure that we get a rock solid 60 frames per second on every game now? Like,
Are we trying to get ray tracing 60 frame? I'm gonna say this.
Was PC struggle
Well,
with
you
the
weren't done
dude
with your
really?
point, Keith. My bad. I kind of butt in. Go ahead.
I don't have much else to say. I mean, I don't get it. I'd rather them give me some games to play. Not saying that they don't have anything, but I'm saying like 2025 is when you're talking about your games are coming. So why are we talking about a console other than trying to stay relevant?
Nia makes a good point. She says, on the plus side, regular PlayStation 5 will go on sale.
Will it?
Or will the PlayStation 5 Pro be actually just more than the PlayStation 5?
They probably gonna try to get $150 out of you.
Yeah, so they may not drop the price of the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 regular. They may leave it the same and just charge you $5.99 for the Pro instead of $4.99.
Yeah, I've actually heard rumors that it may be even higher than that, the Pro. Which I don't.
Woo.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they release a $600-700 system in this economy. But I've definitely heard rumors that it could be PS3 level price with the $599, $650 or something like that. Which I just like at that point, just go ahead and get a PC, man. Just calm down, just get a PC.
I'm gonna say this. Now, when did this rumor? Okay, we had heard about a PlayStation 5 Pro. We actually talked about this several times. That people saying that a Pro was coming, but it never had any validity to it. So, when did this rumor start? Was it like a day ago, day or two ago?
No. It's been before that because I know I've looked that up myself.
Was it
It's
was
been at
it
least a week.
before Microsoft's announcement, or was it afterwards?
Now that I can't answer that. I'm not. I'm gonna say after, but I know I've heard the conversations of the pro prior, but this
Yeah.
news thing may have been after.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We've been hearing rummaging about a PlayStation 4 Pro almost 2.5 years after the PlayStation 5. I mean, a PlayStation 5 Pro almost 2 years after the PlayStation 5 came out. And we had a podcast talking about, man, we don't need a Pro. We haven't even got enough games on this system. Spider-Man 2 wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
And they was talking about a PlayStation 5 Pro. Excuse me. So I noticed this rumor became a thing after Microsoft's announcement from last week, and I'm curious if when Microsoft them ended with they have something coming at the end of the year, was this rumor thrown out there? Because how do you go from this? This is what puzzles me. That this makes no sense. How do you get an official announcement from Sony PlayStation that they will not have any first party titles until April, at the earliest, late March, April of 2025, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere we got a PlayStation 5 Pro coming in the holiday season of 2024? How do you do that? How does both those statements make sense with each other? It doesn't. So,
Sorry, I didn't know that. Was that rhetorical? Was you actually asking me?
well, yeah, I'm asking, but it's kind of, it wasn't necessarily rhetorical, but But go ahead. How does those two?
No. I have no answer. I don't have an answer for that. I'm
Yeah,
funny.
neither one of those statements, an official statement by Sony themselves. This was not a rumor. Sony said, "Me too, Microsoft. You can't have all this spotlight. We will not have any more meaningful first party titles until 2025 March, end of the fiscal year, March 2025." How do you then a week later have a rumor that's saying a PlayStation 5 Pro is coming holiday season of 2024? How does both those announcements make sense if they both true? Because you wouldn't announce a PlayStation 5 Pro without a game to announce with it. And I don't think you would depend on third-party games to do that.
But they don't got smashed those, bro.
Yeah, they don't.
But we got Smash Bros.
Thank you, K-Bum. I got that out. That don't make any sense. Keith, come on through here. That makes no sense. That's why I feel like these are some fans who heard that announcement that Microsoft has something to announce in the holiday season of 2024. And I feel like this is just, I don't know if it's by Sony, or I don't think there's any truth to these announcements. Based on the report that Sony said themselves, we will not have any first party titles until 2025. Then to me that makes this announcement moot. Because what am I buying with this if that's what you have? And what third party game is it called? Am I buying a PlayStation 5 Pro for Call of Duty? What third party title am I going to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro for?
GTA.
But GTA don't come out till next year.
You buying it for next year?
That's my point. You will buy it. You're not going to buy it this year. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I buy it. Not me. I'm not going to buy it. But I'm saying if you had an interest with the PlayStation 5 Pro, you need a game. Grand Theft Auto 6 is next year at the earliest. So why would you announce that this year or release that this year? What game are you need something to sell it?
FOMO.
What?
What do I mean? FOMO. The fear of missing out. You announce a console's coming out. Even if a person didn't have a PS5, now they sitting there going between, man, do I get the Pro or do I get the? They wasn't even thinking about buying a PlayStation 5, but now they're like, should I get the Pro? Do I get the regular? Now they're debating with themselves. And then Helldivers 2. Everybody's been playing Helldivers 2. What are you going to play Sea of Thieves on? Come on, guys. You need a PS5 Pro. If you can't tell, I'm being funny. Because I don't know. I don't know why you would make an announcement like that either. It's a contradictory. It's a contradictory statement.
I got caught up in everything you said. I was like, where keep going with this? Bro, don't do me like that. You had me totally. I was totally hooked. Like, where are you going with this? Okay,
my bad. It's a gift, man. You know. No, just playing.
My man says a gift. I'm done, bro.
No, I don't know why. It's a contradictory statement. It's like I agree with you. You need something, even if it's not a title. You can run what is PSVR better. You gotta give me something. And if you don't have any noteworthy titles, then something, even if it's not from you, something's coming. Something's coming. But like I said, they got certain games out that's already out now that could take advantage of it, or all their first party titles will probably get patches, and they'll probably sell you some type of dream that now you can play ray tracing, 4K, 60 frames per second, and people go out and buy it because they got to see how it looks. But like K-Bone said, just get you a PC.
Yeah. No, it makes no sense. Let me read some of these down here. Let's read Avesta 11 said, I agree with y'all. What's the point of a Pro and 90% of the games isn't even pushing the system, and we are still getting cross-gen games most of the time, which that's a good point. Excellent point, Avista. Man, that was an excellent point. Yeah, true, Grand Theft Auto might use some Pro features. Okay, Nia said, Keith, what's with the... Okay, she said you with the bait. And then first name basis, our fanatic says, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's also word going around about the PlayStation 6 too. That too, right. I think... Okay, Okay, bringing in the PlayStation 6. Jesus. The PlayStation 5 came out in COVID, right? 19, right? So we got 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we had 4 years with the PlayStation 5, right?
Yes, that is we're year 4.
All right, so what would be the point? That's a good point, DJ Fanatic. Why would you release unless, okay, well, let me ask the question. Why would you release a PlayStation 5 Pro 4 years into the OG's life cycle when most systems only last 5 years? Ain't that kind of what Xbox did and kind of screwed themselves up with what they have now? And the X, they basically killed the Xbox One X was murdered by the Series X.
Okay, no bait and switch here.
Okay,
Sony has always been successful with their consoles, and then we just read about that they didn't meet their marks, right? They missed their something about they didn't make they messed up on the budget.
Yeah,
the budgeting or something.
They didn't meet their projected
projections.
Sales.
Yeah,
they
lowered their projected sales. Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing is a company who is basically solely responsible for the home console. No offense to Xbox, no offense to the home console version of the Switch, not the Go version. But Sony is so responsible for that. And I think what you're seeing is a company making desperate moves. You're talking about games coming in 2025. We got to do something to stay relevant. We got hacked a few times. They've already seen Wolverine. just held out. I just think they're just trying to spin some type of positivity, even though they don't really have anything behind it. So I just think they're trying to spin some type of positivity, keep the conversation going. Like PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. Oh, we got new things coming, and people are going to buy it because people love buying new tech, right? They all PSV VR. Yeah, I just think they're just trying to stay relevant because they don't have anything. That's the only thing I can see that they're doing, unless, like everybody's already said, with GTA coming out, they already want to get ahead of that and already have that console on the market. So when their GTA comes out, it's going to be head and shoulders above the Xbox version because it's not going to be better than the PC version. So then they have that talking point going all the way back to the original Xbox One, PlayStation 4 conversation, right? PlayStation 4 can do 1080p, where the Xbox One is doing 900p. You know, we've got ahead of that now. Go buy GTA 6 on our console and not theirs. That's the only thing they can just get ahead of the new third-party games that's coming out. Otherwise, I don't know. It's a weird rumor. And then I just got to ask, are the PlayStation fans even happy if it was PlayStation fans that spent this rumor? Like, are y'all happy with what y'all have? And now y'all just like, man, we need something new to play on. What do you mean? We need games, all of us.
Well, going to what you said, Nia, and I'm going to come back to what you said, Keith. Yeah, that's what we said. That's one of our speculation is this is just rumors for gamers, PlayStation gamers to have something to rummage about. Come on, y'all, play some defense. But anyway, going back to what you said, Keith, okay, do we even know when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out?
I think they told us 2025.
I know it's like, is it early 2025? Is it late 2025? Like is it holiday season 2025? Because reason I'm asking is, to me, because you really haven't really, at least in my eyes, and I think K-Bum would say the same thing, you really haven't, God, what are y'all doing? You really haven't exhausted the PlayStation 5 currently. Like, what game can we point to be like, oh man, that pushed the PlayStation 5 to its knees? What game do we have that says that? What game is out here that's like, we like, man, this is really challenging the PlayStation 5 to run? We don't have that game.
Does the Helldivers 2 servers count?
No, no servers. No, I'm saying the system itself. There's no game that I have come across from Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank Rifts Apart, definitely not God of War. None of these games have overly stressed the PlayStation 5 to where you could clearly see, hey, it's at its limits. We don't have that game. So the need for a PlayStation 5 Pro is just what I don't, even with Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm at a loss for why this is needed, and I really don't see the point. I think it is just rumors for rumor's sake, for they can have something to talk about. That's what I believe this is, just a rumor that was thrown out there in Sony. Like, look, as long as they talking, it's good press for us because they talking about us, and it can have no validity to this at all. So, any other thoughts? Any other thoughts? No thoughts?
Nah, I think we've exhausted this conversation, to be honest.
All right. So
yeah, the stance isn't really being made there.
Yeah. So I guess we can end on that Hell, since Keith brought it up. Helldivers 2. Mr. Norris, the floor is yours. Kind of kind of go into what you want to talk about, then we get on out of here.
Sure thing. Okay, so after the podcast last week, we kind of talked about it a little bit. Phil Spencer talking about Helldivers 2. Who does this help by being solely on PlayStation 2 and PC? And I had to think about this for a minute, and I said to myself, and K-Bone said it too, why would he say that? It sounds like a contradictory statement. You just went and spent $69 billion on the company to make games exclusive. You just spent $7 billion on a company to make games exclusive, but PlayStation is having a successful game and you're mad because it's technically exclusive. So I thought about it, and I had to go back and I listened to that podcast, that 22-minute podcast, and a lot of the things that they were talking about was growing the industry. Growing the industry. We've had job losses. We've had studios closing, so on and so forth. Microsoft, of all people, have laid people off. And I got to thinking, I was like, why is he constantly saying this? Yes, Nintendo's sitting on a stack of money. PlayStation's doing fine, I suppose. But the industry itself hasn't actually grown. And that's why you see them taking their games and I guess showing a good faith will or whatever that, hey, we're going to bring some games over. Why don't we all start bringing some of our games collectively so everybody can play? Now, this is some stuff that I've already said to the guys in the chat, but I'm just bringing it to the podcast. Helldivers 2 would actually benefit, one, for having Azure, but we're not going to get into that. But Helldivers 2 would actually benefit for gaming as a whole if it was not only just on PlayStation and PC, but also on Xbox. Not because it's a PlayStation exclusive, but because Helldivers 2, when I think about it, there's really no ties that says, look, this is a PlayStation game. This is not God of War. This is not, what's that girl? Horizon. This is not Uncharted. This is not the Last of Us. It's none of those games. It's not Zelda. It's none of those type of games. Helldivers, to me, is a game that I feel like everybody should play. And I couldn't believe that I was sitting there agreeing with Phil Spencer after thinking about it, having everybody play it, because when you think about Minecraft, 300 million copies sold, or 300 million sold, because it's everywhere. And I got to thinking about a game like Splatoon. Splatoon would be awesome if it was on Xbox and PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these people can play Splatoon. Everybody can play Splatoon. What happens with Splatoon? Now, Nintendo is forced to bring new content. They're forced to bring stuff in for gamers. That doesn't mean that they're going to get Zelda. That doesn't mean that they're getting Metroid or Donkey Kong. No, that's our stuff. But we'll let you play Splatoon. How about ARMS? Come on now. ARMS wasn't all that great, but hey, maybe somebody on maybe somebody on Xbox and PlayStation will enjoy ARMS more than the Nintendo fans did. ARMS, there's no tie, no legacy with ARMS and Nintendo. It was just something they was trying, and they put it out there, and they should have put it out there to the world, or it could have went out to the world, and everybody could have benefited from playing with it. You know, and so now you look at a game, Sea of Thieves is going to PlayStation, how we were talking earlier, that it's going to be awesome that PlayStation gamers get to play Sea of Thieves. Everybody's going to be playing Grounded together, right? Now, I'll yield in just a second, but think about this. Imagine if Fortnite was only on PlayStation. It wouldn't be as a megaton success as it is, because it has to be on PC, it's on Switch, it's on Xbox. Imagine a game like that being isolated to one console, right? Overwatch isolated to one console. That doesn't help the industry, because you got a lot of fans who can't go out and buy all of the consoles, PS5s and Xbox, but certain games, not all games, certain games could definitely benefit and push the industry forward. And dang it, I agree with Xbox and Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty. They're absolutely right when it comes to that, trying to grow the industry. So when he said start Starfield and Indiana Jones is not going over because that doesn't benefit nobody. That doesn't help the industry. It just games going away. That doesn't help because you're not playing together. Because the market that we in now is all about streaming and all about numbers, right? Like music artists don't sell albums anymore. They record their streaming. Like, oh, I was the top streaming person. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they look at revenue these days. Starfield and Hell and not Hellblade, but Starfield and Indiana Jones doesn't help, but Grounded and Sea of Thieves does. So it makes sense. So when he said that, and he said it could possibly happen later on down the line, that's if all of this fails. But I get what they're saying. Whoa, they're right, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Looking at this game, it reminds me of Starship Troopers.
Bring me in.
This is Starship Troopers. Go ahead, K-Bum. You got the floor.
No, that's funny you say that because there's actually been a resurgence of people watching Starship Trooper because of this game. So that's actually
Yeah, it looked like they brought a lot of inspiration for Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I was like, what does
for
this
sure.
game remind me of? I was like, yeah, that remind me of Starship Troopers.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So to Keith's point, I do want to quickly say this. You're giving off last place energy. that's last place energy talk. When you say yes, help the industry. Yes, because you're in last place. That's why you want to concentrate on helping the industry. Because you don't want the people that's strong to get stronger. That's last team gets the first draft pick. That's what you're saying. That helps the league because the last team, the worst team, gets the first pick. That helps the industry. That's why you have drafts. You also have free agency. The teams with money get better players, and so I understand the point, but I don't agree with Phil on all of that because some things are there to help the industry, and some things are there to help the console makers because you still have to do something to get people to buy your system. If you want to help the community, then put Halo on everything. That's the multiplayer. That's a game that every party would enjoy playing. That the Sony players would love playing. Put Halo on everything. You want to help the industry? Go ahead. No, that's not what it's about. It's not about helping the industry because having more players available to play Halo would absolutely help the industry of people playing Halo. Games match faster. Everything else that comes with more people being able to play your game. No, you're not. You'll never do that because exclusives still matters. And it still matters what you can get on one system versus what you can get on another system. It still matters how you draw people in. When you're in last place, you say things like, "Yeah, put it everywhere. We'll do it." Yeah, you're in last place. You really don't have a choice on what you do. You'll just continue to be in last place. And so don't expect everyone else to follow suit behind you because you're losing. You've been losing. You're constantly losing. You've been losing since you came into the game. And so I don't follow suit behind that. I do believe some decisions help the gaming industry. The decision to do crossplay, I think, was a huge win for the gaming industry. The fact that with some of these third-party titles, that I can play FIFA with PC people, I can play FIFA with Xbox people. Same thing with NBA 2K and Need for Speed and many of the other games. I think that was a system-defining moment that Sony finally yield to be able to do because they were the one holding up the crossplay. Because they were trying to be stingy because they were in first place, they finally yielded and opened the floodgates for this crossplay to be available on their systems. I even think giving people I think that the NBA, the MLB, the show game being put on multiple systems helps the industry. I thought that was a help because there was no baseball game on any of the other systems. So that I see as a little bit different. Even though Sony, most likely Sony was kind of pushed to kind of make that decision. But I don't agree. I don't agree that that Hell Riders should be or should have been on an Xbox system. I still think there is some exclusivity that systems need to have to entice you to purchase their system over another. There still has to be something that says, hey, just like airfare and flying, there has to be a reason for you to fly Delta instead of United. There has to be something, some catch, exclusiveness to make you want to. I do disagree. I see your point, and I understand your point, and I understand why Microsoft is coming from that direction. But I do believe that they're not going to take their baby Halo and do something like that, even though that would help the industry. So I still think the exclusiveness still matters, and just having more people to play with in a lobby isn't just the reason why you would take something exclusive and make it on every platform.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my take. Overall, I agree with K-Bomb, but on this particular game, I agree with Keith and Phil. I believe in what won me over is when I think of games like Fortnite, games like Minecraft. Some games to me are bigger than one platform. It doesn't matter if it's developed by Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. Some games should be made available for everybody because it's just that type of game, and it needs just that type of space to really fully realize what it really is. And looking at this game could be way bigger if it was available to everybody in gaming on no matter the platform. And I believe from that sentiments, I believe certain games should be, and I think this is a new space in gaming, and I think Fortnite opened the door to it, and Minecraft before Fortnite. Some games are bigger than one council and one company. Or thinking of the big three, Sony. I don't know who makes this guy. I know Sony owns is exclusive to Sony, but who makes it?
I don't know the actual developer's name.
The Sony, huh?
I said, don't get me the line.
Okay, but Sony owns it, right?
I think so.
If somebody could look that up,
I have to look it up.
My point is,
Arrowhead makes the game.
Is Arrowhead owned by Sony, or is Sony financing this particular title?
It's published.
They publishing it, but they don't own it, right?
Right.
Okay. To me, some titles are bigger, and I think from that lens, I think Phil makes a valid point. I could.
So where was he when Helldiver 1 came out?
I'm not defending. I'm not.
I understand.
Let me just finish my point.
The point is because
don't burn my. I let everybody talk. Don't burn mine down.
I'm trying to cut you off. I'm just saying what.
Don't come with the pitchforks on me.
Everybody want to hop in and say, yeah, Helldiver is
no, but that's why I said. That's why I said.
That's why you want a piece of it.
That's why I said.
It was a different industry in 2015.
Let me say this. That's why I said.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I said, K-Bum, I agree with you overall. I think your point is legit. You make the overall true point. But so I'm not downplaying what you said. You correct. Phil is saying this from a loser's position. He is. He's talking because they're losing. And here's another unexpected gem that Sony has. But while that is true, looking at this game can be so much bigger if it was treated like a Fortnite and put everywhere. And that's why I was
But it has millions of players on PC. Like
I
it's not
know.
exclusive to Sony only.
I know,
And
but
and and it was the first title to launch day and date with the PC.
I'm with
Like
you, K-Bob, but
it's a huge
it's
release.
still
This
not
wasn't something that was.
It's not everywhere. That my keyword was everywhere.
I understand, but I'm saying that it is huge.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not
that
saying
it would be.
No, we're not
I mean,
saying.
any game can almost would sell more if everyone had an opportunity to get it.
No, not every game. Not every game. This game.
Every game would sell more. Every game would sell more.
It would sell more, but
it's more people in the it's more people in the pot to get it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Not every game's gonna do Fortnite more. This game.
Well, not every game gonna do Fortnite.
Right, and not every
rules.
game is gonna do Call of Duty more. You see what I'm saying? So this game, looking at it, this could be a Fortnite level, like, cause I'm looking at this and I really never watched. I never even paid any attention to Hell Diver 2 or 1. I didn't even know. So when Keith brought it up about us, Johnny, I was like, well, first of all, it's a first person shooter. Looking at this, it's like, oh, this is like you playing.
That's third person, but okay.
Yeah, well, no, what's the game? Not Fortnite, but like I don't like first person shooter. You know what I mean?
Overwatch.
Overwatch and no, it's another one that Sony just dropped from Bungie. What Bungie make?
Oh, you talking about?
What is that? What is that? Title?
Destiny.
Thank you. Good.
See, that's why I like that's why I like Division over Destiny. Even though I know I can see Destiny might be a better game, but because of the third person, first person perspective, I like third person. So looking at this, it's like, oh, this is just. I thought you was fighting other people. I don't know. I don't really know the concept of the game, but just watching it, I'm like, yeah, I get in this with y'all if we going through a whole stage just mowing down bugs and trying to clear a stage. I'm all down for that because I feel like that's right up my alley. So, I can see Phil's position, even though it is a loser's position, as you said, K-Bomb. I still feel like it has validity to it, even though overall, I agree with you. I think your point is right. You got to create something to drive to your system. But I think there are some games that go beyond that spectrum, go beyond that.
Pokemon is one of those games.
I agree.
Anybody seen Nintendo do that?
I agree.
Pokemon
That's a good
is
example.
A game. Look at Pokemon Go. Look how successful that was when it went to mobile.
I agree.
And you ain't gonna see that.
Yes, I know you're not. But I'm saying because of the Fortnites and games that have shown that maybe we need to take on, maybe these companies need to take on titles for exclusivity and titles for all players, like no matter the platform. Some titles deserve that a level of access, and that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying Phil has validity there. Even though I agree with your overall sentiments, I think there are titles that deserve an everybody approach, and I feel like Fortnite and Minecraft and titles like that has proven it. That's all I was saying. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like,
Phil
man,
was out here paying for exclusive like Sony was. Instead of having to buy the company, he'd be singing it different too. But
I think that's the point though. This stuff is getting more and more and more expensive, and having more people playing the games, and it kind of offsets. Yeah, it does look like Phil is coming from a loser's perspective position because they haven't been winning. But you also got to consider and give him a little bit more credit that he does see a different side and he's in the industry, and that's the perspective I was taking from it. Like, why would you open up certain games? And I had to consider all of that. Like, why would you open up certain games? I agree. I want all mine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come to me. But then I started thinking about it, like, maybe not. Maybe because he said Indiana Jones isn't going anywhere. Starfield isn't going anywhere. So they still have their exclusives. And even with Halo, now they gotta keep that in house because that's their brand. But other stuff they can let go. You know what I mean? Because Can you imagine if they said we bought Activision and we gonna keep all the Call of Duties on Xbox? That would be suicide. That would be crazy if they did that. You know. So I think, like Level just said, there are certain games that need to go multiplat. There are certain games that can benefit from going that stays exclusive. And I think once you decide which is which, you move from there.
Let me add this tidbit too. And K-Bomb, like I said, your point is correct. But just imagine if Helldivers 2 did go multi-platform, how much more money Sony would make.
They wouldn't, because all the servers would be crashed.
Well, I mean,
they can barely handle what they can handle now.
Okay, let's say that they had the servers like Call of Duty has, right? Let's move the servers part out because you're correct. But if everything was working like it's supposed to work, how much money would they make off a title like this if it was available for everywhere they could play it at its ultimate level? So that's I'm saying not Switch. I'm just saying if it can run it at its ultimate at a level that makes sense, that makes it worthwhile, and if it was ever, how much money you think they would make? It's still going to Sony, dude. Bro, I think there is room for another model to be considered. Okay, another thing Keith said. You brought up Splatoon. And I agree. And I want to go a step farther. And I made this may get some all level. But what about a Mario Kart?
I agree. I've already thought about it, but I didn't want to say it.
You really made me I'm like, wait a minute. There's so much. Do you realize how much money will be generated from some of these titles being available to multiple platforms? Not every title needs to be that. You still got Zelda. You still got Odyssey, Mario, 3D games, 2D games. But these multiplayer games, like K-Bum, I know you will get on Mario Kart if you can play it and don't have to buy a Nintendo system. You can play it right there on the PlayStation 5 or whatever. You going to play Mario Kart.
It would have been amazing if he could have just played Splatoon off his PS5 or PS4 at the time.
Dude, K-Bum, I think there is some validity.
The argument for me isn't that it would sell more. I mean, I'm never countering that argument and saying that it wouldn't sell more, because there is. But what I'm saying here is that with Helldiver, I think the point is being missed. The fact that it's not, even though it's being published by Sony, it's not an exclusive to just the PlayStation. Now, if it was just a PlayStation, then I can understand them hoarding and kind of keeping this for themselves. But I think the transporting to the PC and day and date is probably the reason why this game is what it is. I think if it was Sony only and didn't go to the PC, I don't think we're sitting here talking about Helldivers.
I agree with that. But even with that statement, which I believe you are telling the truth, that just bolsters what Phil is saying. If it was exclusive, if you can say here that if it was exclusive to Sony, it wouldn't have the success, and we wouldn't be talking about it. Then you're saying that the PC community has made this game what it is. So
PC helped. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Right. So now add Microsoft's community to it.
I don't need to put it on competitors.
Direct competitors. See, you just don't want to see it on Xbox. So
it's not. No.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't want to see it on Xbox. I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I am a champion for having games being put everywhere. I think that is a. I think that's awesome that games can be put everywhere, and I've always said it's been my motive, my saying for a long time is being able to play the game where you want to be able to play. I think that's awesome. I'm not a person that says just exclusive, but I'm also not a person that's going to tell someone what to do with their games.
I'm with
And I don't think that the best decision was just everywhere publishing. Making money is making money. I don't agree with that. I don't agree
Okay.
with just putting
I don't think it's.
on your, especially when it's you publishing the game. I don't agree with, as you as Sony publish the game, the best decision for you is to put on your direct competitors.
I don't.
That piece is what I don't agree with. Now if you didn't publish it. Oh, okay. I can see that. If they just bought the rights for it, I can see that. Because now you're hoarding the game for yourself. But when you're publishing the game, you're putting all the upfront money on it. You're the one spending the money
But
on,
you're
on the
gonna
game.
make
You have
more
to say
money.
so. You have the say so on how you want that to go. And if you want people to have to come to your system to play it, then that is your say so as a
we
publisher.
agreed there, K-Bum. We agree with that sentiment. But okay, so let's move beyond my Phil trying to tell Sony what to do with the title that they fronted and they put the money up for. That they what's the word? Sponsored, or what's the word you used?
Publish.
You can use
Published. That's
publish.
the published. Okay, so step beyond that thought and just the other aspect of what Phil was saying. Some games in this new space we're in, where Fortnite has opened the door to this and Minecraft before it, while Phil shouldn't have the right to tell Sony what to do, Phil's sentiments are smart sentiments with this particular title. And I'm asking you from that angle, is this one of them titles that you believe maybe should be considered for everywhere?
I'm gonna say no, because even those games you're using as reference were all third-party games.
None
None of them was published by Microsoft. Minecraft was third-party before Microsoft took ownership of it.
Right. Okay. They took.
Microsoft took ownership after Minecraft became Minecraft, and then they bought the company. Microsoft didn't do that. It was third-party before them.
But that goes back to
I got a question.
Go ahead, Keith.
I got a question. What about y'all gonna laugh at this? What if 2K died on the Dreamcast and it never went over to the PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox? What if it just died on the Dreamcast? That's one of the big. It's really the only basketball game that we have today.
That's worth playing.
We
would
have still been playing live.
Oh God, no.
We would still. Oh, it's terrible. But we would have still been playing live. Live. 2K is what drove live out of business. Live would still be here. We would have had a basketball game. It would have made money on basketball.
My thing is going to what Keith said. Sony, okay, even though they're publishing the game, that means all the revenue, all the money being made is coming back to them. So it's still, you're not losing. It's not a losing. Sony is not going to lose anything. Matter of fact, they're going to make 3-4 times more. So it doesn't matter that they bought the publishing rights. The sentiment still remains. Some games, if you thinking, if Sony was thinking like Phil thinking, I'm saying I think Sony should, on these certain titles, should think like Phil is thinking. That's what I'm saying. Even though Phil is talking from a loser position.
You missed the point where I actually said that I can
I know you said. I'm saying
MLB.
No.
No. I'm referring to the MLB comment that I made.
Okay.
That the MLB is now on the Switch and Xbox. I actually said from that perspective, the fact that there were no other baseball games, sim version baseball games on their system, I can see a point where that makes sense to have MLB on that system.
But Sony wouldn't have did that if they wasn't forced.
No. That what Sony had to do has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying.
So don't include that. I understand, but don't
I'm talking about Sony's mindset.
I'm saying I'm understanding your point.
Okay.
But I'm pointing it towards MLB. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I'm agreeing to your point, but pointing towards MLB. I am saying I do not agree with your point when it comes to Helldivers.
And that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm saying.
That's what that's points I disagree with that, but I can see the baseball one because there's no other baseball games in the system, and it's good to have a
I
sim version
disagree.
of
I
baseball so
disagree with that.
anybody
I
can
disagree.
can play. I can agree
I
with that, but
disagree.
I don't ride with Hell
I
Divers.
disagree, and this is where I disagree. And we get out of here, but real quick, I disagree with your take, K-Bun, because of what I said. I'm talking about PlayStation's mindset. PlayStation, if it wasn't forced, PlayStation would never have put that game anywhere but PlayStation. But because they was forced to, they put it where because the MLB wanted them to, they did it, and they made it available for everybody, even though they make the game. They probably making way more money from it too. So I bet you they're not regretting it, but they probably didn't realize what they was missing, that they enjoying now. They enjoying something that they would never have enjoyed on their own volition, on their own decision making. So that's the angle I'm coming from. Not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. I'm saying what Phil is saying. You are disagreeing that Sony should think like that on certain titles. That's what you're disagreeing with. I guess that's what I'm asking.
I said MLB makes sense.
But
if that decision they made for MLB, I'm not referring to anything that they were made to do. What I'm saying was if they would have made a decision to put MLB on the show and that was a decision they made because of the fact that there's no baseball game, that would make sense. I'm not talking about their thought process. I'm saying if that would have been the case and they made that decision. What I'm saying is that I don't agree Helldivers is that type of game and should be put on every system. I understand the MLB because of the fact there's no sim versions of baseball. That's why I think that's a good decision. I'm not referring to Sony's mindset. When I'm referring to just the games themselves. So you
yes,
saying
because there is no baseball game on other platforms, it makes sense.
Yep.
But Sony, even with that logic, Sony would never have done it, and I guess that's what I'm pointing towards.
Yeah, I mean, we're putting two different things in. So
okay.
I'm not even. Yeah.
So what? Going back to what Keith said, and what Phil is saying, even though it's Phil, and Phil is talking from a loser position, but what Phil's sentiments, and he said this even before this, he said this even in that show. He said, "I wish other people would have this mindset," and I'm agreeing with that because I don't understand why you may not feel this game is that type of a game, but everything says it is. The fact that it went to PC day and date, the fact that you said PC is a good portion of why this game, you said we wouldn't even be talking about it if it wasn't for the PC community, that says that the outside community is what's generating and pushing the narrative around the success of this game. Not Sony exclusivity. If it was exclusive to Sony,
it says they're helping. It's not the only.
But I'm going off what you said.
They're helping. I said it's helping. I'm not saying it is the reason.
No, but this is what you said though. You said if it was exclusive to Sony, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So that means you're giving more of the reason for the conversation to the PC community, and I'm agreeing with you. So if that's the truth and that's the case, that means if it had stayed exclusive on Sony, it would not have reached the platform that it's reaching now and probably would have died like many other titles that were great games that was exclusive to the Sony fan base that didn't do anything. Because some games are bigger than that fan base. And I think that's what Phil is saying.
The conclusion you drew on that, I don't agree with. But that's fine.
But you
drew a whole conclusion of the game not being successful at all.
I'm not saying
dying because of that. No, you said dying. The word you said was dying. That conclusion,
but take what I'm saying.
I don't agree with.
But I'm saying, and I'm gonna give you the floor, Keith, and we get out of here. K-Bum, remember all those games that came out on the PlayStation 3? Great games that just didn't have the audience to make it, to get it to Call of Duty status and all this because it was exclusive to PlayStation. Those games were not bad. They didn't have the big audience like a Call of Duty and all these other titles. If the audience was bigger and more people can enjoy the game, we might not even have a Call of Duty. Those games might have took off had they been able to be accessed by more people. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of games that Sony had, especially on the PlayStation 3 era, that died, and we don't see nothing about them anymore because they died on that system and on that platform. Goes back to what Keith said about 2K. What if it never reached other platforms? It would have died with the Dreamcast. So just like all them titles died, Sony doesn't want to put the money into them because they don't feel like it's worth it. That could happen with this title if it was only with the people on PlayStation. I'm not saying it would. I'm saying it could. But the floor is yours, Keith. My bad.
I mean, it got a sequel only being on PlayStation.
Okay, that's true. Go ahead, Keith.
I think the biggest point that Phil was probably making was the install base. We're looking at it from a financial, look how much money they'll make.
Yeah, I'm looking for install base, yeah.
But the install base, it's the amount of people that didn't have access to these titles that do have access to these titles. Now instead of, and this is a great number, but now instead of like 15 million, you've tripled that. You know what I mean? Like you've tripled the player base or whatever, and then word of mouth just it spreads. So I'm looking at it from that point of view. Helldivers 2 is successful regardless if it was on Xbox or not. It's a great title regardless if it ever goes to Xbox.
Right.
But the industry as a whole would benefit so much if a game like this was played everywhere, in my opinion. Because I don't think there's like a single player story. It's just you and a group of friends teaming up and doing battle with
hordes
aliens.
of bugs.
Yeah. This
like
is
Resistance and all them games that was on PlayStation.
Yeah.
That we don't have no more.
Resistance was a bad game. Please don't bring that up. You didn't play it. It was a bad game. Please don't bring that up.
I did play Resistance. I played Resistance.
That game was. Then you know that game was bad. It deserved to die.
It
deserved to die and never come back.
It
was bad.
What was the other game with the black dude? I forgot the name of that game on the PlayStation 3. What was that game? It had crafting in it. It was a black protagonist.
Even you bring up Hayes. Hayes was a terrible shooter. That deserved to die. It was.
Oh man. Okay. Like I said,
yes, it did.
Everybody have different opinions on these things, but I don't know. I enjoyed the game. I just know it didn't live. It didn't survive. It died. And I'm thinking of all these titles that maybe if there was a bigger, like Keith just said, a bigger user base to play them, they may not have died, and they may have found an audience that one system couldn't give it. And I think that's a model that maybe should be considered. Again, not every game deserves that. Not every game should be considered for that. I would not put Zelda everywhere. I would not put a God of War everywhere. I wouldn't put, dare I say, Halo everywhere. But certain games that are not mascot type games, maybe Splatoon, maybe Mario Kart because of what it is, maybe. I think it's a model that should be considered. That's all I'm saying. Not to say
I definitely agree with Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's all.
They'd never do it though.
No, they will. They won't. They won't. They Sony and Nintendo are the same. I don't care what you know. You got to come over here now. So anyway,
unlike the others.
Yeah. So with that, because Splatoon, man. But Nintendo had to do a lot more with Splatoon. It may force Nintendo hand to be a little bit more creative with Splatoon.
Bingo.
Yeah. So,
Bingo.
but yeah, LeBron should have played tonight with this. We're going to lose the game for no reason. But anyway, any other thoughts? Are we done? We went 2 hours and 30 minutes. Man. So anyway, we done for tonight. Y'all got a lot out of us on tonight. A little debate, a little back and forth disagreeing. Overall, maybe we should have led with that conversation with Phil Spencer. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys sign out. Starting with K-Bump 20. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the podcast. Always enjoy chopping it up with your homies. I enjoy the chat. Good to see some new faces in there coming through. So we appreciate you guys retweeting. I'm still saying tweeting. I can't call it X. Retweeting and getting our name out there. We appreciate it. And man, the next time, catch up with you guys. Keep gaming.
Mr. Norris.
Yes. Sorry I came in a little later than I normally do. But conversation picked up right at the end with that Phil Spencer. You're right, that would have been a great opening. But yeah, man, keep gaming. Like K-Bun said, it's great to see some new faces. Like always, the chat always keep us entertained and on our toes. And your effort is our effort, and we all in here together just enjoying gaming, man. And be easy.
Yes, sir, man. Sentiments the same. Thank all you guys for jumping in this comment section, supporting us on Twitter. Send a shout out to everybody. Miss Nia, thank you for being here. Chariot Man, happy birthday again. Thank you for being here as well. First name Basis, aka DJ Fanatic. Thank you for being here as well. We had a first time person right down here, which was let me see. I go all the way down. Yeah, Avesta 11. He said it was my first time. He finally got a chance to be with us live in the chat. So he says good night. Good night to you, bro. Thank you for being here as well. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Live and Level Gamers podcast. To then, deuces. Peace.
But we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got but we got smashed, bros, though.